there. It has to be between us. It was in front of me.
You touching the gear?
Yeah, I am. Call the union. Yeah.
What do you know about microphone placement? Oh,
Not at all. Nothing. Not
you
a
did
bit.
work in films?
Yes, not with microphones, but yes.
Oh.
That's the easiest job. I'll tell you what.
They're here.
Oh. Boom mic. It's the easiest job in movies.
Oh, but hang on. You got to hold that thing for like hours.
No, in movies, a take is like 10 seconds. No, man.
Oh.
And all your equipment fits in one bag over your shoulder. That's it. That's all. That's your tools. And you get to charge the production company the same rental for your toolkit that a prop guy does. And a prop guy's toolkit fills a Ford Econoline van. And he gets the same $50 a day as the sound guy for his tools. No, it's not fair. It's not fair.
We've started.
Well, they need to know this. There may be young people thinking of a career in movies, thinking, what position on a crew do I want to have?
Yeah.
Hair and makeup, sound, lights,
There
sound,
are
boom mic.
thousands of young people lining up just to watch
I'm sure
our
there
show.
are. For career advice. Yeah. From Steve Rosse.
We need to thank Banyan Tide for these beautiful shirts we're wearing, and there was a 1 in 25 chance that we would, for a second week, be wearing the same shirt. But no,
Didn't happen this week.
We didn't.
Tune in next week to see the odds, the result of the odds. We have so many mathematicians and statisticians in our audience.
Yes.
Boy, anytime we mention math at all, 50 people correct us in the comments. Good for you guys. Education's important.
Does the number 0 really exist? So thank you to CK and Banyan Tide. Now, I have to say that ever since I've been wearing my Banyan Tide shirt, I've got hundreds of thousands of new subscribers.
Oh, yes.
My
Yes.
social calendar is just chock-a-block. I've just got a bevy of young maidens hanging on my arms every night saying, Tim, we just love your shirt.
He was this close to the Nobel Peace Prize because of the shirt.
shirt.
This close.
A damn Venezuelan woman got it.
Yeah.
Should have been me.
Like Venezuelan democracy is more important than our wardrobe on this podcast.
I can't.
Please.
Now, there are 5 different Banyan Tide shirts, and as you pointed out last week, they're wrinkle-free.
Wrinkle-free. Yeah.
They're wrinkle-free.
Yeah. No wrinkles.
No wrinkle. I can't see a single wrinkle on this. Have you got a wrinkle on yours?
Once you pop, you can't stop. Nope.
There was a bit of a typo on the advice about the... it's meant to say wrinkle-free, but it was wrinkle-free.
Who knew? I didn't even know I needed something wrinkle-free. I didn't know how important wrinkles were. Now I know.
Well, it's important because if you're a... Do you iron anything at your house?
God, no.
Yeah,
No.
I'm the same. If there's one thing I hate in life, it's ironing.
Yeah.
And I've never been particularly good at it. It was like when my parents, they had a hardware store and sort of giftware up the front, which my sort of mum looked after, and, sort of kitchen stuff. Mm-hmm. And for Christmas each year, for 10 days, we'd have sales and things, Christmas sales, and we'd do free wrapping. And so because I was the son of the owners, I'd be one of the 3 or 4 rappers. And, I was sort of young and cute. W-R-A.
Oh, different rapping.
Different
Okay.
rapping.
My bad.
Yes,
My bad.
yes.
Yeah.
And I was the worst rapper in the world. It was more sellotape than paper. And, people, I'd wrap up umbrellas and the umbrellas would burst inside the wrapping. All sorts of dreadful things. So I sort of became famous for being really, really bad at rapping.
Like Vanilla Ice.
What?
Remember Vanilla Ice? Yeah. Worst rapper in the world. Yeah.
Oh, he was miming, wasn't he?
No, that was Milli Vanilli.
Oh, Milli Vanilli.
They were lip syncing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
Milli
getting-
Vanilli won a Grammy by lip syncing, I think.
I'm getting Milli Vanilli and Vanilla Ice
Yeah,
mixed up.
yeah. Easy mistake.
Sounds like we're
Easy
getting our ice
mistake.
creams mixed
Yeah.
up.
Time to go back to school.
What
Worst
were we
rapper.
What were we
There's-
talking about?
I don't know.
I got-
Steve Ross, probably. I
Yeah,
always talk
I'd
about
imagine.
Steve Ross.
At this week along Penile Beach is the first of 4 or 5 very smelly weeks.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I think it's a nice, earthy, nutty odor. I don't mind it a bit.
It's that they fish for krill.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of convert their fishing boats because they use these fishing boats all through the year, and different fish come along at different times.
Mm-hmm.
We've sort of got, they're fishing for blue whales, and they're fishing
Yeah.
for I'm trying to think of
Narwhals. Well, you can see the
the
variety.
blue whale isn't a fish. I acknowledge that, and I'm sorry. it is an endangered species, and I was only joking.
Yeah.
So.
Please don't ream him in the
Greta
comments.
Thunberg, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I apologise profusely.
Well, you can see out where they keep the boats. There is sort of a station on the beach where all the guys pull up their boats out of the water, particularly this time of year, for caulking and simply to get it out of the rough surf. And they have collections of various traps for different animals to be used in different seasons. There are crab traps and squid traps, and they have little nets and they have big nets.
It's
and
just
you
like
see
the
them.
Thunderbirds.
Okay, I'll buy it. How?
Thunderbird 2 comes along, and it has to pick up the pods. And
Oh, okay.
And the number
Right.
4 is the underwater Thunderbird, and they've got to pick their tools for the
Right.
day. Because
Okay.
International Rescue, they don't know what's going to happen. It
No.
could be.
They have to
it
be
could
ready for anything.
Could be a fire.
Yeah.
So they have to have firefighting equipment. So that's pod number 1. It probably isn't, and somebody's going to correct me on my Thunderbird knowledge. But stop looking at the.
Wow.
You're gawking at that woman.
Well, she doesn't know. She doesn't care what this old man does. And she's worth a gawk. That woman spent an hour in front of the mirror this morning making herself ready for the male gaze. I cannot disappoint her. It would be churlish to disappoint her.
Churlish?
Churlish. It would be churlish. Yeah.
Opposite of churlish in this case is creepy.
Well, no, I don't think so. It's a public place, and she is dressed to be looked at. It was her intention with that hour in front of the mirror to present an image that would be pleasing to look upon.
Just like you.
No, I have absolutely no vanity at all. No.
What do you say to all the people? We seem to be just digressing all over the place. To people
what
that
we
say,
do.
Steve,
Yes.
for 8,000 baht, you could get a replacement tooth down in Phuket. Why don't you do it?
That's actually in Narelle's notebook today.
Yeah, okay, we'll get
Can
to
we
that
call a moratorium on quoting Steve your dentist prices for a prosthetic tooth? I own a prosthetic tooth. I don't wear it because I'm comfortable with this audience. I have no need to be vain or insecure about my appearance in front of this audience. So yeah, I've got a prosthetic tooth. I just don't put it in. It's uncomfortable. And so I don't, and it gives me very sibilant S's.
And you lost it.
Well, I found it. I know where it is now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in a little green box on my cupboard in my bathroom.
Covered in mould.
And if I ever go on a first date again in my life, I will probably put in my fake tooth. But for you guys, why do I need to impress you guys? No, we're friends here. So please, let's stop quoting Steve what a fake tooth costs in your neighborhood.
Does anybody come and visit you and sort of walk in and go,
Not for the tooth, but plenty of other reasons. Yeah, sure. Oh, they walk in my house, spin on their heel, and walk right back out. Yeah, they don't know how to take me. No,
we were talking about the krill.
right.
So
Krill.
the
Koi, it's
the
called.
boats
Koi.
for this koi. This time of the year, they have these sort of like huge toothpicks hanging out the front.
Big long
Like
bamboo.
lamp posts.
Yeah, big
They're
long
huge.
bamboo.
And with a net, and then they put the net down and they drive. It's engineering. That poor old motor at the back, trying to push this net through the water. And I don't know what they're about that big, about
They're tiny little things.
7 or 8
Krill.
mil.
They're almost microscopic.
and they're that colour. They're
bright pink.
bright
Yeah.
pink. And then they drive them out the front on the grass of the foreshore, and by about 10 or 11
There's
in
a
the morning,
funk. There's a funk. Yeah, but I don't mind it.
and then they grind them up and they sell them to high-so Bangkok restaurants.
Yes, the biggest house on the beach was built by the first family to realize that you could buy these koi, and they're a delicacy. They're only around 1 week out of the year. So scarcity creates value. So they're very, very, I don't know what they taste like, and I never will. But people enjoy them. So
Like anchovies, fishy
yeah,
taste.
it's fishy.
Very pungent.
So about 50, 60 years ago, this one family realized you could buy them for $3 a kilo on our beach, truck them across the peninsula to Surat Thani, put them on a refrigerated train car, send them to Bangkok, and sell them for 100 baht a kilo. So you go, your expense is 3 baht a kilo plus a train ticket, and you make 97 baht profit on every kilogram. So they've got now the biggest house on the beach. That family that figured that out has the biggest house on the beach.
And
That's how valuable they are.
And it's usually the first week in October every year. So they're very reliable, these krill.
Yeah, they come with the rapture.
Anyway, we did get off the Banyan Tide. So all these wonderful things have happened in my life ever since I started wearing my Banyan Tide shirt.
The krill are running because of the shirts.
Yes.
Yeah, they bring bounty from the seas, these shirts.
Put the shirts on, the krill went, whoa, look at those shirts.
Well, CK, I would not normally wear electric pink, but for you, I will wear it.
It suits you.
Well, thank you.
The
It brings out the pink in my eyes.
I was going to say the magenta sort of matches your nose.
Is that magenta?
On the
Oh, okay.
flowers?
Okay, it matches my nose. Thank you.
Then the pink sort of matches your eyes.
My eyes, the whites of my eyes, the sclerae of my eyes.
So there is a link in the description if you would like.
You want a shirt?
If you want a shirt.
Yeah, you could do ice. You could do ice.
And there's pants and all sorts of things, but the link not. Oh, your pants are acceptable today.
Pants is just a funny word.
Pants.
Pants is a funny word.
And inherently, no, trouser. Trousers. I think trousers. Are a funny word.
Trousers. I'll go with trousers. That's why David Letterman named his production company Worldwide Pants, because pants is just a funny word. Yeah.
Pants
Yeah.
and trousers.
Pantaloons.
Okay.
The lean and slippered pantaloon.
So link in the description. Banyan Tide, Banyan Tide, Banyan Tide. Don't touch the table. And we'll get on to our next topic. Now, tomorrow, we're going on an expedition.
Oh, right. Yes, we are. The
It's-
sun will come out tomorrow.
It reminds me a bit like Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh
Going into the woods.
going into the
Oh,
woods.
dear.
That's
Looking for honey.
that's us tomorrow. So I'm going to pick you up in my electric car, and we're going to go hunting for a fish tank. No,
Well, no, a filter for my
filter.
turtle tank, turtle food, because they don't sell that around here, and a new computer, because my computer has died. If you're wondering why I did not reply to any comments on last week's show, or make my own, keep reading my stories on my own channel, I can't do anything on the phone, and my desktop computer has finally succumbed to the ocean breezes and the salt water and the rust, and it has died along with all the data apparently inside it. There's no saving anything.
what?
No, that's what they said. Now I sent Chamnan to pick it up, so all of this is filtered through Chamnan, who has never owned or operated a computer in his life.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
has
yeah.
no desire to.
I'm pretty sure the hard drive's going to be okay. I mean, I know these
shall
things.
we take it and we can ask when we buy the
Of
new one?
course, take it with
Well,
us.
what a course! I don't know this shit. That's why you're taking it.
We'll take it, and we'll ask the people who are giving you a new fish tank pump whether the hard drive's working. Hey, in the distance, we were talking this morning. There was a brown sort of something happening on the horizon. With it almost looked like bales of hay, but if you have a look, they've got the machinery out, so they are
moving Earth.
They are moving the sand dunes.
Maybe they're building a levee, because the two fairways right there by the sea were the only damage this place sustained, Thailand sustained in the tsunami. Maybe they're building they had to resod two of their fairways. Maybe they're building a dike to keep that from ever happening again. I don't know.
Dyke and levee are two funny words too.
Yes, they certainly are.
Yes.
Yeah. Sound like a comedy duo from vaudeville.
Yes.
Tonight, one night only, Dyke and Levy.
If you head down further down the coast, you know they're building a marina?
Yes,
Just like about 300 or 400 metres down the coast.
Yes.
I'll take you there after this today.
Well, I've been there many times. I've gone looking for trash on that beach.
Have you?
Yes, if you had watched any of my videos, you would know
I
this.
used to watch all your videos and you
Yeah.
never ever
Yes, I
mentioned
did.
the marina.
But at that time, it was nothing but random pilings stuck in the sand.
Sure.
Because they had begun this project years ago. And then COVID put the kibosh on it. And now they have re-energized it and they're continuing the project. But when I was going down there looking for trash, it was just these pilings, these cement pilings driven in the ground. That was it.
So with your pump, because you were talking about upgrading the tank as well at some stage.
Yes.
But you're going to get a pump for this tank.
Yes,
Which
before-
makes me think that when you get your new tank, this pump that you're going to replace is not going to be able to...
Well, perhaps not. Yeah. You know, I am at an advantage in that this is a turtle and not fish, so he's not breathing this water. Turtles live in swamps. They live in dirty water. So the only reason to clean this tank is to...
So you can see in.
Right, so it's not disgusting. Because every time she goes down to the bottom of her tank and she'll dig among the marbles, she'll look for food in the marbles, and she stirs up all the crap that is settled on the tank. And you can see, you can judge how filthy your water is by what she kicks up when she does this. And it is unsightly. So yeah, I might have to get a bigger box filter when I move to a bigger tank. But it's not like, you know, with fish, because they're breathing that water, you have to keep it pristine. Otherwise, your fish will die in it.
Yes.
So, no, for a turtle, you know, I can take her out of the water, put her on the floor, let her run around. Nothing
How
ever
long
do.
will Bob stay underwater? Or how long could Bob stay underwater?
I don't know. She sleeps down there.
Really?
Yeah. She sleeps all the time. She's like a cat. She spends most of her time asleep, and most of that either basking out of the water or down at the bottom of the tank. And I really should, you know, you look at all the videos on turtle care, and I don't do anything that they recommend, and my turtle is thriving. But they say you've got to give her a place to hide in the tank. Well, what's the point of that? I can't see her if she's hiding under something, so I don't. She is just exposed all
Naked.
the time. And she doesn't seem to care. She's very curious about me. You know, the two of us spend all day long together alone in that house. And, well, Chamnan comes and goes. And I'll sit at the desk and watch videos, and I'll look up from the monitor, and she'll be staring at me. She'll be right nose up against the glass, just staring at me. And as soon as I stand up, she'll leap to the surface of the water and beg for food. She begs for food by slapping the water like this. So she pays attention to me.
What does she do?
Watches me. She slaps the water like this. Whack, 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 whack.
Okay. You can cut that 3 seconds out and make a
meme.
out of it. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, turtle care, folks. And she's about yay big now. She's almost 12 inches long.
So I got 3 cats, and they don't spend all day sleeping. I mean, they do hunt at night.
Yes.
So that's why, for us, because we're sleeping at night when they're out cavorting with other feline companions around the town. All my cats have been fixed, by the way.
It's very cold today, isn't it?
It is
It's
a bit,
freezing
chilly
today.
in here. But no, I've got my hands like this because I want to be seen as serious. A serious vlogger. And no one will take me seriously. You got the glasses. But
that helps.
I have to cross my arms
Makes me
to
look
look
smart.
serious.
Makes me look smart.
So, yeah, I would have thought it is an evolutionary disadvantage to sleep too much. You would be more likely to live and thrive and have children or kittens or puppies if you were sleeping less. So I thought evolution would give advantage to the cats and dogs and all other creatures that sleep less.
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
I
know
thought
that,
so.
You know, most mammals only reproduce cyclically. Humans are one of the very few animals that a female will be able to get pregnant throughout the year. a cat goes into heat, I think 3 times a year. That's it. So
Well, I think they can fall pregnant at any time, but there's more urgency at particular times of the year.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not aware of that.
Oh,
But at any rate, it's an interesting
Cats.
idea. I've never thought about it. Maybe,
well, there you go. There's your
something to think about this
Yeah.
week. Is it an evolutionary advantage to be awake more than you are asleep?
Well, you got more opportunity of defending yourself against
I
predators.
guess. A lot of animals sleep right through the winter. I mean, they sleep for 6
Well,
solid
hibernate.
months. Insects like locusts and cicadas sleep for 17 years.
We have such a short time on the planet, yet we spend a third of it asleep.
Yeah.
It sort of seems a bit counterintuitive.
Now, maybe for something like us, we are absolutely defenseless in the wild. To
What,
be
you
a-
and me specifically?
to
or-
be well, human beings.
Oh, yes.
We have no scales, no fangs, no poison barbs on our tail. We only have an ability to see patterns and thus foresee the future. But that's and synergy. We work together. We are socialists. We work together. But
Could you come up with a better word?
we are communal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But an animal that's awake all night, if he leaves the cave, a human being like us, we don't see well in the dark. We don't smell anything compared to dogs and other animals. So being awake at night, you would leave the cave and you'd be vulnerable to getting eaten. Maybe that's why we sleep, to keep us out of trouble.
Well, I
when
think
we're
we
most
sleep because
vulnerable.
our body needs it to repair. Sort of the excavators come out and clean the wrinkles, and we wake
So-
up like this, but we go to bed like that.
Definitely not sleeping at all. I can vouch for this. Makes you unhealthy.
Yeah.
So
How
sleep
ma-
is necessary.
How many hours do you need? How many hours do you get?
Right now, at this point in my life,
Yes.
I get as many as I need because I can sleep at any time of the day. If I don't sleep at night, for instance, night before last, I had a sleepless night. Not sleepless, but I woke up at midnight to pee and then just could not get back to sleep. So I was awake. I got on the e-trike and I went around town, just drove around town, went up to the 7-Eleven, said hello to the girls at the 7-Eleven, and killed
Lit some
about
fires.
Well, just went around and, checked out shit. You just, saw the town in the middle of the night when it's very different
The
than it is
crazy
in the
old man
daytime.
on his trike.
Yeah, because I'm perfectly safe here to do that.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, there's no reason to sit around the house with insomnia. You can just go out on the street and there's no traffic. I can ride that little electric bike down the middle of the road. There's no traffic. There's
Just
no
answer the
people.
fucking question.
What was the
How many-
question?
How many hours do you
Oh!
sleep each night?
Well, I say that's the thing. I don't. It's no longer steady or routine. I think 6 hours out of 24, I feel fine.
Is what you get, or you try and sleep
No,
more?
that is what I feel fine with.
Okay.
I will hardly ever get more than 6 hours. I don't think my body needs it.
What never?
But I am. I don't know that reference. I'm sorry.
Gilbert and Sullivan.
I couldn't
Pirates
pick-
of Penzance.
Couldn't pick that up. Sorry.
Okay.
But I will say that. What was I going to say? Now I forget. Now I forget.
You sleep 6 hours a night.
When I came here for about the first 2.5 years, because I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work every
Right.
day. Did that for decades, 4:30 every morning. So I came here, I'm retired, I have all the time in the world to do anything I want. I'm still getting up at 4:30 every morning. And so just recently in the last 6 months or so, I've been able to sleep till about 6. And that means I'm up later at night. I'm not going to bed at 8 o'clock anymore. I'm going to bed at 9:30. So that I think is an improvement. That's Steve's body and psyche finally accepting the fact that I'm retired. I don't have any appointments. I don't have anywhere to be. And I can sleep until 6 a.m. if I want. So there you go. Yay, retirement. What? How many hours do I need? Is that still the question? What?
What about you, Tim?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I so suck at this. Tim, how about you? How many hours a day do you need and how many do you get?
Thanks, Steve, for the question. I would.
You need a different assistant. I
think
suck at this.
I probably need about 8. And I think
8.
having good sleep when you're older is very important. I think having good regular sleep and not getting on your trike at 4:30 in the morning. But I sleep about 6. I'm lucky. I'm up a couple of times a night. I've got to go and have my prostate checked. I know. And so, yes, I've got... I'm 66, nearly 67. And
Grandpa.
my prostate is saying, I need some attention.
Well, there are practitioners who will gladly do that for you, and I recommend it. I'm still getting up. Well, we've talked prostate
Yes.
forever on this show. We don't. We
We should
need to
call
do
it the
now.
prostate show.
The prostate show. Line up. Let me get the glove on
Yeah.
here. Where's the lube? Oh, sorry. Lube's.
I think it's
out of lube.
It's a bit more sophisticated than that these days, I am told.
Oh, no, the digital rectal exam will always be the standby for the urology department, just like the bimanual exam in OBGYN.
Yeah, they'll have to take me out for
Bimanual.
dinner first.
With the miner's lamp on his head. That is the funniest thing in the world to watch in OB, to watch a bimanual exam. And women in the 5 women in our audience, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you.
Ladies.
But the bimanual exam, he's in there like a miner, he's spelunking. He's got the light on his head and he opens that thing up 4 fingers. Opens that thing up and peers around inside. Hello.
So I get small things amuse small minds.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I get about 6. Thanks for asking.
How many
But
hours do you get?
I should get 8, but I only get 6, and I'm just not. I've never ever. My parents used to whinge about the fact that I didn't sleep much. They'd sort of put me down for an afternoon nap, and I'd be wide awake. But I've always gone to bed about 9:30 for my entire life. Never went out partying. Didn't interest me, and now I'm too old for all that. Although having now wearing my banyan-tied shirt. I'm out
Yeah.
at 3 a.m. in the morning, partying, and people going, "Wow, that shirt!"
Yeah.
It's
Julio, bring the stretch.
Okay, so we're going to get a new pump for your fishing tank, for your turtle tank, which is huge, by the way.
Well, it's 50 gallons.
It's-
And I will have to go up to 70 gallons. And then after that, to a pond in the backyard. That is the biggest tank that I am willing to put in my living room. So at some point, this turtle's going to have to go in the backyard, and I will miss her.
Can you sort of trim the turtle to keep it small? Or how does that work?
No, I don't think
No.
you can do
Okay.
that. I mean, when I bought her, she was the size of a
I
silver
know.
dollar.
And
now
she's now-
a foot long.
Yeah.
They grow. They're really durable animals. Which is
What if you don't feed her? Would that help?
Well, it would keep the tank cleaner. That is certainly one way to
There you
keep
go.
the tank clean.
There you go.
But she begs constantly, and I don't want to hear that blap, 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 blap every time I walk past the tank. People say, if you watch these how-to DIY aquarium videos, there's this girl I just love. She's called Your Turtle Gal, and she's a young woman who's just obsessed with turtles. And she says, you've got to give them someplace to hide, because psychologically they'll freak out if there's too much movement in the room and they can't hide from it. Well, my turtle has never had anywhere to hide. She's 1.5 years old. She's never had anywhere to hide in her tank. And she doesn't freak out. Every time I walk, every time there's movement, she's up at the top. She's like looking over the top of the tank. Like
What's
this.
going on?
Yeah. There's no freaking out. There's no psychological damage.
The names of the 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, and Michelangelo.
Yes.
Mikey.
Mikey.
He was the youngest. Mikey
Very
was the
good.
youngest. Leonardo was the leader. Donatello was the scientist.
And who was
and
the,
Raphael was the muscle.
Who was the pimp? What was his
The pimp. No, they had Casey Jones.
the
who
mentor,
was-
the
Shredder. No,
Shredder.
No, Shredder was the villain. Scratch, Sniff. something. Yeah, the rat. He was a rat.
Sniff
sewer
and
rat.
scratch, yeah.
He was
Yeah,
a he
yeah.
was a sewer rat. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy, that show was huge.
Your kids would have been
Someday.
right in that zone, right?
No. But
They
I was-
weren't.
No, but I had this experience in the 90s when that movie came out. I was living on Phuket. I was teaching English. I had just arrived. I was hired by a family to teach their son. They owned a bookstore in town. And they said, come to the bookstore and in the back room for an hour 3 times a week. Teach our son, Jeffrey. I said, why is a Thai kid named Jeffrey? Well, he grew up in Los Angeles. He's 6 years old now. But his father was killed in a robbery in L.A. And Mom brought the kid back to Phuket. The kid's an American citizen. He's on Social Security. So they've got plenty of money. She doesn't want, he's fluent in English. She doesn't want him to lose his English. So just come and play with him. So I would come and we'd sit, and all this kid ever wanted to do was watch that movie. So I must have watched the first one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 20 times with Jeffrey.
Well, it's a TV show, too.
It was a cartoon TV show.
Yes.
Yeah, the movies have always been live action.
Right.
But at any rate, so eventually Mom tells me, Dad was 50 when Jeffrey was born. Dad didn't really have the energy when he got home from work to go out in the backyard and play catch. So Jeffrey and his dad, what they always did was sit and watch movies on VHS together. That was what they did together. And they were watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when Jeffrey's dad died and left and was never seen again by this little boy. So this little boy now had this adult male who spoke English that he could watch this show with like he did with his father. And as soon as I learned that, as soon as I knew that's what was going on, I quit the job. I stopped teaching Jeffrey, which was probably very cruel to Jeffrey, but I couldn't deal with it. I was replacing his father for 3 hours a day, not teaching English. And blah, 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 blah. But I did watch the movie for like 20 times with Jeffrey. Anyway, that's the story of Steve and the Ninja Turtles.
But we moved from.
Oh, how many
turtles-
hours? How many hours a night do you get, Tim?
I think we
Did I do it
too.
right?
Yeah.
No.
We'll edit that in. So after we get your pump for your turtle tank,
Yes.
we're then going to get a new computer.
Yes.
So what sort of computer are you going to get?
Cheap one?
Okay.
A laptop?
How much RAM?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I want to get a laptop so I can put it in a plastic bag at night so it doesn't rust away.
There's a good thought.
Because I spent a butt ton of money on the desktop that I have thinking that I would need it to make YouTube videos, that I would need to be editing and I would need a big, powerful gaming computer. So that's what I bought 2.5 years ago. And it has completely rusted and crapped away. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to buy a cheap laptop. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag every night.
You make videos on these things.
I make the videos on the
You
phone.
can edit them on
I
this.
don't know how to get. I can't do anything on my phone. You know, I haven't looked at my bank account for a week. I have no idea if my Social Security has arrived in the bank or not. What else? I haven't looked at my email in a week. I haven't done anything online, and it's been really weird.
You haven't been responding or commenting on any YouTube videos?
No.
The world is perhaps a slightly better place.
Well, it's a different place, certainly.
Yes.
I go to the desk in the morning. I make a cup of coffee in the morning. I go to the desk, and I sit down, and I realize there's no reason for me to be sitting at the desk because I can't check my email. So I'll go out the front of the house and sit and look at the sun on the ocean.
Wow.
And sit there with a cup of coffee and think, this is out here every morning.
Wow.
You know?
What?
Yeah.
Where did this come
Look,
from?
there's fishermen. How quaint. They're getting
Yes.
in their boats. Look,
Yes.
there's birds. There's snowy egrets. Look at all this nature and life and happiness. And I don't go click on anything. It's just there.
So you're going to get because you've got a big choice to make here. You're going to have
I
to
hate
either
choices.
you're going to
I
have
hate
to
making
either
decisions.
get Windows-based computer or
Yes.
an Apple-based
Oh, God,
computer.
no. I also made that mistake. 2.5 years ago, I bought a very expensive Apple laptop.
Where did that go?
Oh, I gave it to my friend John. He sold it on Facebook Marketplace. No, you weren't living here at that
okay,
time. This
okay.
is before you came here. Because everybody said, oh, if you're going to do YouTube, you need a Mac. You're shooting on an iPhone. Your iPhone doesn't like to talk to PCs, which turned out to be true.
Yes.
You need a Mac. So I bought a Mac, and I tried. I swear to God, and John tried to help me, and I could not for the life of me, because I've been using PCs at work 8 hours a day.
But the software is sort of the same on either of them.
Yeah, but this software is not up to the
It's
task.
got the menu at the top and the pull-down menus. I mean, all that's the same.
I don't know. I couldn't make it happen. So I gave it to John, and he sold it.
But you see, if you got an Apple laptop, when you open it up, it's got that Apple logo on it. And when people walk in,
yes,
and we'll put you in a black skivvy, I think you call it a turtleneck, don't you?
yes.
Put you in a black, and then you got the glasses already. I think people would take you seriously.
Oh, I could sit at.
You could, and you sort of look up over the top of your laptop, going, "Yes, can I help you?"
Excuse me, I'm in a very sensitive place in my screenplay right now. Please don't disturb me. Yes. I know Amazon's is a public place, but please, it's my office.
Go and talk to my assistant. Don't talk to my turtle. So you could look. People could take you seriously if you had like. No,
I don't think that'd be enough. No, I don't think that'd be enough. No, a change of shirt and a new computer. No.
Because I remember in the when I was sort of hawking my talents around for various projects in the 90s and the early walking into a meeting with an Apple laptop. You never walk in with a bag. You make sure it's out of the bag so people could see it, and they'd go, right. It did give you that, and the private school education. They both gave you a bit of cachet. Oh, they'll comment on that.
Well, nothing trumps coming from Iowa. If you want to project, sophistication,
farm boy sophistication,
intellectualism and sophistication. Yeah, it's corn and pigs, baby. That's what gives it to you.
I think when I think Iowa, no, that's Oklahoma. I think corn and tornadoes. Do you have tornadoes?
Yes.
Okay.
God, yes. Yeah,
so I'm right. Yeah. I'm right.
Yeah, corn, pigs, and tornadoes. Well, in college football.
What a combination.
Yeah, college football. And wrestling. In Greco-Roman wrestling, Iowa's a powerhouse because you can do it inside. We don't do so well inside, in a gym.
Right.
Because it's cold 6 months out of the year. It's cold and snowy and horrible in Iowa. So football, baseball, soccer, things that require an outdoor field, we don't excel at that because we can only do it. It's like very few guys drive motorcycles in Iowa because 6 months out of the year you park it in the garage. You can't drive a motorcycle. So, we do corn and pigs and college football.
There used to be
big chunky people.
Yeah, chunky. There used to be an advertisement in Australia for a type of Australian-made car. I don't think there are any anymore. It was footballs, meat pies, something, and Holden cars. Holdens were GM.
Yeah.
General Motors.
I know. I've been in a Holden.
Footballs, meat pies, and Holden cars.
And
you have to fill in the gap.
These are typical Aussie things. Is that what they were listing?
Yes.
Oh.
So I was trying to sort of say, if you're an Australian, you'd buy a Holden car.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Sure.
Mate.
Yeah, sure.
Footballs, meat pies,
Vegemite, and kangaroos.
I think of kangaroos. Footballs, meat pies, kangaroos, and Holden cars. I think that's it. There you go. That's Australia.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing else. Do you know any, because you're into literature, do you know any Australian poetry?
Oh, no, I read Banjo Patterson.
Banjo Patterson, yeah.
Because my mother spent a year in Australia and she came back with a library of Australian authors. So I read Banjo Patterson. There's another, an Outback Sage. Oh, what was his name? One of the most haunting short stories I've ever read was about an Aussie woman in the outback, she and her 2 kids. A snake invades the house and the husband is away at work driving cattle or something. And she and her... Droving. She and her 2 kids climb on top of the dining room table and spend the night on the table because it's dark, it's pitch black in the house. It's before the age of electricity or anything. And they don't know where the snake is in the house. And so they they spend a sleepless night on the kitchen table. And in the morning, Daddy comes home from work and kills the snake. And it's one of the most haunting, tension-filled short stories I've ever read, and I don't remember the author. But yeah, but no, I'm familiar with some
The most
Australian
famous
culture.
one is by Dorothy McKellar, and she wrote, "I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, a land of far horizons of droughts and flooding plains," or something
And kangaroos
like
and holding cars.
that. Kangaroos and holding cars. I'm sure I got apologies to Dorothy McKellar and her family and heirs.
And the holding
'Cause
corporation.
I got it wrong. But it is a land of sweeping plains. I remember when I flew first from Australia, you used to have the map on the back of the seat in front of you showing you where you're going. And you're flying to Bali. And to get from Melbourne to Bali, I don't know, it's about 5 hours. 4 of those hours are flying across Australia. And you look out the window and there's just nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
All
But it's
right.
that nothing that we love.
Yeah. Well, and flying across Iowa, you don't see the dirt, but you see crops. You see soybeans and corn and hog lots, and that's it. As far from horizon,
Hogwarts?
hog lots.
Oh, pig farms.
Industrial pig farms. Yeah.
Right.
And that's all you see. And it may be some of that, I don't want to say banality because I love my home state, but we were driven to go out into the world by something. Other people who grew up around us were not. They are still in Australia or still in Iowa, still perfectly happy and having lives, but you and I and other people sometimes react to that, I don't want to say sterility, but to that kind of uniformity and homogeneity of our home place. We are driven to explore. We are driven to go out and look for something different.
Well, I think when you grow up in Australia, we were always aware of the remoteness, that we were a long way away from just about anything. And it was just very much in our psyche when we got to, or we finished school, we would head overseas. Usually to London, for my sister's generation. For my generation, it was America and Asia. So I did go to America quite a lot in those days, because I thought that was the land of opportunity, the land of,
We showed you, didn't we?
Yes. Well, I got mugged in Chicago in 1991. Welcome to America.
He's not bitter about it.
No, not at all. It's I always bring it up whenever they say America.
I got
1991.
mugged.
Yeah. I did go to the top of the World Trade Center though,
Oh, yeah.
so I did a few things. Now, okay, let's move on
Okay.
because, well, why not? I've got my notes here, and I don't know why I wrote this. So, recommendations for Steve's computer. You get a second-hand one. Get a good second-hand computer. I think that's the way to go.
Well, we will see what is available.
Yes,
We will go tomorrow,
yes.
and you will advise me and help me. And
Oh, do you know what I saw during the week? And I thought, I want
shudder
one
to
of
guess.
those. It's a Huawei, and I don't think I think, yes, you can get these. You can't get them in the US because they're made in China. But it's a laptop like this one, which is very, very thin, and but when you open it up, it's screen and screen. So the keyboard isn't there, it's screen. So you can open it up and use it as a monitor. I feel like I'm doing Thai dancing. Or you can have it sitting like that, and this turns into a keyboard. And it even makes sounds and things that you can change when you use the keyboard.
clack, clack, clack.
And, like the haptics, when you touch your phone and you sort of feel the pressure, it does the same thing. So it's very, very clever. And it looks awesome. Unfortunately, it operates on an operating system that is not going to be compatible with all my Apple equipment. But, if Apple bring that out, I'm buying one like that. Looked awesome. All keyboard, all screen, the whole thing. And it's very, very thin. And when you open it up, you can set it up and have this huge monitor. Brilliant. Okay, I can see you're excited.
Not for me. Yeah, I'd say. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
It'll rust in 5 minutes.
true that.
What biggest mistake PHANG make in Thailand?
Vlogging.
Well, we've both
Yeah.
been accused of that.
I think, And I was thinking of this again. You know, one of my Facebook contacts said, made a post where they said, we finished our first week in Bangkok and we signed on our condo today.
Ooh.
And I think moving
There
too
you go.
quickly, and these people are obviously, they've been successful enough in their lives, they can afford a condo in Bangkok, which I never could. So, you know, Steve is probably not the best person to give advice on any subject except writing. But that, making decisions, big decisions that quickly seems to me a common mistake. And I think, you know, there's a lot of silly little mistakes we make. Like the first time we go up country and all the uncles under the bow tree want to ply us with liquor and we want them to like us, so we keep drinking everything they put in front of us. All right, that's a mistake. Trying to show off and eat the hottest curry on the table because you want to fit in. You want these people to like you, so you eat the hottest curry. Renting a motorcycle bigger than you are familiar with, bigger than you can handle.
Or in most cases, you've never ridden a motorcycle in your life.
These are common small mistakes, but I think making big financial decisions too early is a big, and unfortunately a common mistake. And Tim, what mistakes have you noticed in your time in Thailand?
Oh, thanks, Steve. Good question.
I get to stay on the show.
Yeah. So I think sort of in that same area, the biggest mistake is that many foreigners, they come here and they just assume, naturally, that Thailand works exactly the same as their home country.
Yeah.
Now, wherever you come from in the world, you can pretty much guarantee that Thailand will work differently. It just functions differently. The people running the public service just think differently from the public service in your country.
Everybody.
They're motivated by different things. They're more motivated by wearing the right coloured shirt than by getting your thing stamped, whatever it is, at a particular time on a particular day.
And they're more motivated by what you're wearing today and how you are groomed today than you are used to at home.
Yes. They won't say anything if you walk in a singlet and shorts. They're not going to go look up and down, and but they'll remember, and they will take note.
Yes.
Be assured.
Yes.
So I think, and then when things start sort of going wrong, and you know your bank account's frozen and all these sort of strange things happen, you get very upset from a Western perspective because you just assume that things and the law and the legal system would just automatically work in a way that you're familiar with. And I'm not making excuses for Thailand operating in this sort of organised chaos, but it does operate differently.
Yes.
And accepting that, I think, is one of the first things you need to do.
Yes.
And it causes people to be here for a week and buy a condo.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's a big mistake.
I do too. I'll tell you another mistake. I see all these videos. It's a very popular subject for videos in our YouTube genre.
The best pad thai.
Well, that's one, yes. Let's take a look at the new M-Sphere Mall. Let's walk down Walking Street. No,
I'm making notes.
Yeah.
M-Sphere Mall walk around. Good one.
The guy who's building a new house up country, or even just putting in a swimming pool, or putting a new roof on the old house up country, and he thinks that the workmen he's hired to do the job want his input, that they want him to teach them how we do it in the West, how we wire a fuse box in the West, how we lay a roof in the West, how we pour concrete in the West. I think you've got to be ready, whether it's the guy who fixes your motorcycle, the guy who cuts your hair, the guy who puts the swimming pool in your backyard. You have to be ready for this guy to expect to be left alone to work independently. And you can either be satisfied with his work or not be satisfied
Now,
with his work.
I do have to jump in here on this one.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
I just found my phone. It's in my pocket. I tore that house apart this morning. I couldn't find my phone. It's in the pocket of these pants. I know, because it just vibrated. Someone tried to call me.
Your hourly vibration.
Anyway,
Are you still
I'm
awake?
sorry. I'm sorry. Go on.
I was
Yes.
going to interrupt by saying
Yes.
I've done 6 renovations
Yes, you
along
have.
this beach.
Yes,
and
you
I've
have.
used a number of different
Yes, you have.
craftsmen and services
Yes.
and craftswomen. And again, in many cases, they do things in a very Thai way. And when it comes to selection of materials, it's got to be concrete. What? Because the Thais love concrete. And when you
Yes.
think about it, on a place like this, things like timber and steel and steel in particular, but I've got steel frames in all my houses, and boy, did I soak that steel in anti-rust paint before it went up. And again, they were sort of, why are you sort of putting anti-rust paint on the steel? Well, I'm just stupid. Call me crazy. But I did intervene a few times and go, look, I am the one who's paying the bill here, and I would prefer if we did it in this way. And they'd go, ugh, and they'd do it. But sometimes it is very difficult to let things go.
And you are the exception that proves the rule. Everything, I mean, if somebody said to me, this is how Tim's going to do it, if I didn't know you at all, and someone said, this guy named Tim is going to come to Turtle Beach, and he speaks no Thai, and he's going to do 6 properties all at once, he's going to rent them out, he's going to use local labor, and he's going to talk to everybody through his phone like this, I would have said, nah, he'll be gone in a month. He'll never make it. It'll never work. And yet you have been spectacularly successful doing this.
A little bit successful, not spectacularly.
And these guys on YouTube, they all get their pools built. So, I mean, they all end up, the video ends with them splashing in the pool with their grandkids. So what does Steve know? There was a guy making videos. He was trying to open a pot store in Pai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you said pie, I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, and this guy was doing everything wrong and chronicling it. And he was constantly trying to tell the workers how to do stuff. And they would look at him, and he didn't speak any Thai, so they would talk about him on camera and say, what's he talking about?
What happened
He's
to
crazy.
him?
He made a video finally where he said...
He was just getting angrier and
yes,
angrier.
And finally he made this video that just dissed this kingdom.
That's right.
And said, oh, this place is terrible. These people, I can't work with these people this, these people that.
Yeah.
And somebody reported his video and they kicked him out of the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do you report videos like that to? Not
Anybody
that I want to give you any ideas. But
yeah, anybody in a khaki uniform.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I was considering last week, I spoke disparagingly about a new business here on the beach road on this show. And I've always thought nobody in Turtle Beach watches this show. Nobody really has the English skills here to watch this show or the interest in what 2 old white guys are going to say. So I have always felt fairly free about talking about this place, honestly. But I did question whether or not I should have said, that I was disappointed in the service at this place.
I don't think that place has been open since.
They haven't. They've been closed all week.
Yeah.
I was their first customer at their grand opening, and I felt badly used as a customer. And I said so the next day on this show, and they have never opened their doors again. And they put money into that place. There's equipment in there. There's new paint in there. They invested money in this place, and they've never opened their doors again. And I hope to God that it wasn't...
Sure, nothing to do with you.
I hope not, please. I hope not, God. But I think I'm going to try to be more circumspect in when I talk about things here on Turtle Beach.
Oh, my God.
What are we looking at?
We've got 6 minutes to go. I think we better get stuck into Norel's notebook.
Oh, okay.
Because we are running out of time. Because your time is... We've been yakking for 54 minutes. If there's anybody still watching, you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, so are we. We haven't really said anything.
By the way, that
54
coffee we had this morning,
was really strong.
I'm firing on all cylinders.
Cup, caffeine zombie. Penis injections have their supporters among our fan base. People in the comment section, I could not reply to any of these comments, but
Thank heavens for
yeah,
that.
instead of taking the blue pill, apparently there is an injection that you can get in the base of that organ that will produce results. I don't know how long they last. I don't know if this
Covered
is,
that very discreetly, very
is
well.
this, is this part of foreplay? Is this injection, hey baby, let me shoot you up? I don't know, but there are people who watch the show who are in favor of that. All right.
I should respond because I was given this offer by a sponsor to go and cover these penile injections, and maybe I should respond to them and say, okay, because they're going to throw money at me, which I would spend just on the airfare getting up there.
Yeah, there is no amount of money in the world that would convince me to.
I'm
get
not
an
volunteering to have an injection.
Ugh.
I said
No,
to them,
thank you.
I was going to respond by saying to them, I'll come and have a talk about, male sexual health as you get older and sort of all those, and we can mention that particular product, but I don't really want to spend a 10-minute interview on penile injections. I'll respond to them and see what they say.
I think we have used the phrase enough in this episode. I don't want to hear that anymore.
I could bring you along as the guinea pig.
The control group.
Yeah, you could be.
This is what happens without the injection. Yeah.
All right, let's move on as quickly as we can.
Rescue Remedy is apparently an herbal calming supplement that works on both dogs and people.
Right.
So if you have a dog that is sensitive to, or a people who is sensitive to
Noises.
fireworks and loud noises, this was suggested by the Brain Trust, as well as Thunder Shirts.
Yeah, I've looked at Thunder shirts.
A
Compression
clingy, yeah.
shirt.
Which is like, what's that woman's name? She's an autistic physiologist, and she created a humane way to slaughter cattle in the slaughterhouse. They put him in a trough, and this thing has rubber inflatable walls that will swell up with air and hug this animal and relieve its anxiety so that you can put a bolt through its head and kill it to eat it.
Sounds more like
What's
they're
her
just
name?
constraining the poor animal.
She is the most famous autistic person in America, and I can't remember. Oh, Temple Grandin, that's her name. And she was made famous by Dr. Oliver Sacks in a book called The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat.
Her mother must have had Thailand.
It all came back to me all at once, Temple Grandin. But yeah, it's a calming, being hugged, being confined, and a lot of bottoms in the BDSM community talk about this. Being confined is very comforting and secure.
I've got a funny feeling that the compression shirt, it may help Daisy a little bit, but I don't think that'll cure her. What's in Rescue Remedy? What ingredients
They
are in
said
it?
it's homeopathic,
Chamomile?
and it is useful for both
Hogswort.
people. I assume it is sold over the counter because it is useful for both
Eye of
people
Newt.
and animals. Yeah. Eye of Newt, toe of frog, something by the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. To boldly go, the grammarians in the audience chided me for not bringing up that To Boldly Go is the most famous split infinitive in American TV, thanks to Gene Roddenberry's introduction to Star Trek, rather than to go boldly, or if you want to be Shakespearean, boldly to go. But To Boldly Go splits the infinitive, and we're not supposed to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Anybody who would pull us up on that one,
Well, me specifically.
you would.
I guess I am expected to be the grammar Nazi, and I
yeah,
dropped the
yeah.
ball there,
But
which
that's-
is fair enough, I guess. Yeah.
It's just a bit of sort of Shakespearean alliteration.
Well, it is a more sonorous phrase. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
No person.
Compared to where nobody has gone before.
Nobody,
Compared to boldly to go, or to go boldly where no one has gone before. I think that's just as sonorous. I think Mr. Roddenberry was simply ignoring his classical education when he wrote that line.
Certainly when you go and see the movies, when it comes to the end of the movie and they do that line, it gives you a few Star Trek tingles.
Yeah, it's something familiar, and it brings back the feeling.
There's still tingles you'd feel just before you got zapped by the transporter.
Oh, we had...
We're seeing your bald spot. Put your head up. There we go.
There is a correspondent who, for some reason, has an axe to grind about
which one?
People pointing out prostitution in Thailand, while at the same time ignoring the prostitution on an industrial, institutional level that exists in every other country on earth. He says, why don't you guys, meaning us, talk about the brothel districts in Amsterdam or in Germany? I've never been to Germany.
Reason number one.
Yeah, never been to Amsterdam.
Reason number two.
This show is about Thailand.
Reason number three.
Any more?
That's about it.
That's enough.
Yes.
And dude, if this subject is that important to you that you comment week after week, make your own video. You're commenting from a channel with no videos on it. Make a video about the brothel district in Berlin or whatever you want to make a video about.
And you could watch your own video and then comment.
Yeah, and
go.
we could do the same.
Yes.
But yeah, I think certainly, sure, prostitution exists everywhere. Probably at some degree has forever. The world's oldest profession.
Would you describe the sort of the bar girl prostitution pattaya vibe as almost an industrial scale?
Not almost. It is an industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is part of the gross domestic product. Not a big, significant, or crucial spot, which a lot of the guys in Pattaya seem to think it is. If we leave, this economy will collapse.
Well, I don't think it's contributing
No.
much to the GDP in that most of it, unless the girls are saying, hey, scan my phone.
It's not recorded.
It's not really
Yes.
recorded. If it's a cash transaction, then
Yes.
it's not really going to be registering under the GDP. If it was, maybe Thailand's GDP would be a bit higher than it actually
I don't know.
is measured.
95% of it is out of our sight. 95% of it is little karaoke joints out in the rice paddies.
Yeah.
It's not walking street, soy bangla. That's a tiny, tiny part of the commercial sex industry
I would
in
say
Thailand.
95% is Thai prostitution. It's not
It's for
PHANG.
a Thai marketplace, for a Thai consumer. It's
Yeah.
not for us. And certainly all of that is cash. And I think, certainly judging by the little karaoke joints that I have been in, selling alcohol, the girls are just a lure to get the men in there to buy their alcohol here rather than buy it at the local Nitnoy shop. But at any rate, anonymous correspondent, I encourage you to make your own videos on that subject because it's obviously really important to you.
Yes, we do focus most of our talk about Thailand, just because
That's
that's the channel, and we
Yeah.
live here.
Yeah, and it's great.
Yes.
Tim got it wrong.
I'm sorry?
Tim got it wrong.
No, we'll do the next one.
There have been 3 fatal shark attacks in Australia in 2025. I have not confirmed this because I've been on my phone. Obviously, I can't.
Well, hang
but-
on. Here we go. Hey Siri, how many shark attacks... Sorry, we'll do that again.
Fatal.
Yes. Hey Siri, how many fatal shark attacks in Australia in 2025? Thinking. As of October the 12th, Australia has experienced 4 fatal shark attacks. The most recent occurred on September the 6th at Long Reef Beach near Sydney. Oh, I know, I've been there. I've surfed there. A 67-year-old surfer was killed by a great white shark. There you go, there's been 4. I think usually, on average, it's around about 1 or 2. But yeah, very sad to hear 4 this year. But you're not going to go to Australia, and
No.
you're
How anybody lives there is beyond me. I have no idea.
But as a
why y'all
tourist-
didn't get back on the bounty and go home, I don't know.
You'd go down to Bondi Beach in Sydney, and you'd go, "Wow, what an amazing beach!" And you'd go for a swim there.
No,
So,
no. I don't go for a swim here. I don't go
That's
for a
true.
swim.
That's true.
I don't go in the water. No.
a lot safer in Bondi
Ever.
than it is
Anywhere.
here.
No.
All right,
I take showers. I don't take
move on.
baths.
I apologise. I got it wrong, so
Yeah.
I'll admit that one.
Yeah. Mike Baird. Oh, yeah, I was not throwing rocks at Mike Baird or the Patia Mail when I said Mike
yes.
draws cartoons about the sex industry. I'm pointing out that if somebody is upset about that particular perception of Thailand, you don't have to look as far as London and the BBC to find that perception being reinforced in the media. The Patia Mail, Mike made the point. 16 years he's been drawing these weekly cartoons, 95% of them about, bar girls and PHANG, because it's Patia. And so, that you're going to throw rocks at the BBC. I would point out Bernard Trink had a full page in the Bangkok Post, the newspaper of record in this country, for 30 years. Every single week, a full page pimping for the brothels until long after it was shown that it was hurting the reputation of this newspaper to be associated with a column like that. But they kept doing it because...
How many years?
30.
Gee, it took them a while to figure that out.
Well, they knew it forever, but the thing is, the family that owned the Bangkok Post owned Pat Pong Road, 1 and 2. They were collecting rents.
Allegedly.
Well, okay, allegedly. But they were making way more money off the commercial sex industry than they were off the newspaper industry.
Ain't that the
Obviously, they would continue to use their newspaper to pimp their businesses on Pat Pong Road.
Yes.
So you don't have to look all the way to the BBC. 30 years, a full-page ad in the newspaper of record in this kingdom. And you think the BBC is responsible for that reputation? No. So, Mike, I wasn't throwing rocks at you, dude. You keep doing your cartoons. And he pointed out that the book that we showed last week, the profits from that book go to an orphanage in Pattaya. So it's all for a good cause. But it's,
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Mike Baird.
One more.
Oh.
Oh, choose it. Or 2 or 3 very quick ones, which is ridiculous thought.
Oh, Steve got it wrong. I said last week there's not. And I'll do one more. There's not much to do in Isan, and a bunch of people jumped on me and said, "Ha ha, you don't know Isan." Yeah, no, I've never been there. No, don't want to go. So thank you very much.
Why don't you want to go to Isan?
I don't want to leave this beach first and foremost. I don't
Okay.
want to go anywhere. I love New York City. I want my ashes to be scattered over Broadway. But I won't, if someone gave me a free ticket to New York City, I wouldn't use it. I
I'm
wanna
taking
stay
you
right
to
here.
Phuket tomorrow. You're going to be having
Yes.
withdrawals.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to be a bitch in the car.
You take your medication.
I hate Phuket. The last thing, Mikhail Pedersen asked, when did we meet? And I wanted to point out, we met when I was still in America, and I tried to sell some stories to the Phuket Gazette after you bought the Phuket Gazette. So that was a long, long time ago. And we didn't meet in the flesh until 2 years ago here. But we had been, and I don't think you ever bought any stories from me. So I don't think that interaction worked out to Steve's satisfaction.
When I was CEO of the Tiger, I used to get an email every 2 or 3 months from this guy called Steve Rosse with an E on the end. That I thought, oh, how affectatious. And he said, now I'm coming back to Thailand and I'm going to come and work for you. I go, okay, all right, great. Anyway, we did meet, I think the first time we met was at an ice cream shop in
Yes.
Caron.
Yeah.
And I thought, God, what a pretentious old twit.
Yeah.
And here we are. We're still...
He still thinks I'm a pretentious old twit,
sure.
but I'm useful. I'm a useful, pretentious. I draw a crowd, so he will allow me to share the screen with him.
I have to congratulate you, and your shirt reminds me of the colour of your latest bob.
Pink Bob,
The pink bob looks fantastic.
doesn't she? Yes, she does.
Sorry.
Well, they're all female. Male sea turtles never leave the water, so they have to be. All my turtles have to be female. Yeah, she, the owner of Binla, I asked her what color she wanted, and she said pink. Whatever birthday is that Tuesday is pink. But anyway, she chose that color, and yeah, I think it works. It works with the red lighters and the blue lighters.
I'll see how much ChatGPT knows. Hey Siri, what colour in Thailand is Tuesday? That's sort of a weird question, isn't it? In Thailand, the colour associated with Tuesday is pink.
Pink, yeah.
There you go.
So she was born on a Tuesday.
Very smart.
Yeah, but thank you. I like that turtle.
We were going to have a talk about AI, but we haven't got time. So we'll do that next week, if you're still here.
We'll let AI talk about itself.
Steve, I'd love to say it's been a pleasure, but I can't. And we've had very strong coffee. We'll be just driving home.
I've had a great time. I always do. This is great fun for me. I enjoy the attention, and I enjoy being able to speak English for an hour. It's a rare event in my life to speak English for an hour.
You speak a version of English.
American, fuck yeah.
Where you have coffee.
Yeah. Coffee.
And we do need to thank Banyan Tide for these magnificent wrinkle-free shirts available on Amazon. And there's a link in the description.
And we thank the Aquella Golf Course for hosting us for another week here.
We'll still have to pay for the coffee. Don't you worry about that.
Which is about a month's rent.
It's about 7 coffees in that.
Yeah.
Mike,
it was really strong coffee today.
Woo! So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Steve's got his books available there in the description. And that's about it. A thumbs up. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much. See you.